Well, a new theory has emerged that the missing Malaysian Airlines plane MH370 may have flown on for 4 hours beyond its last reported sighting, adding a new twist to a saga of conflicting details and misinformation in the still fruitless search for the plane. Now, engine maker Rolls-Royce has issued a statement that it will carry out an independent probe. Now, meanwhile, Malaysian Defence Minister denied reports that engine data from the jetline showed that it may have kept flying. China heaped pressure on Malaysia to improve its coordination over the search for the Boeing 777, which disappeared early on Saturday on a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. China has dispatched multiple aircraft, ships and satellites in the multinational search mission. Chinese Premier Li demanded that the relevant parties set up coordination, while China's civil aviation chief said he wanted a smoother flow of information from Malaysia, which has come under heavy criticism for its handling of the disaster.
There are 239 people aboard the missing Malaysian Airlines plane, among them whom are 154 Chinese compatriots. Those people's families and friends are burning with anxiety. The Chinese government and millions of Chinese people are deeply concerned about their safety. We are all eagerly waiting for the news of the plane, even a tiny piece of good news. We are doing our best to identify the suspicious dots spotted by satellite images.
Satellite images of possible debris from the missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 have been released on a Chinese government website, which the Malaysian Transport Minister says was a mistake. The 3 images show what appear to be large floating objects in the South China Sea. Previous sightings of possible debris have proved fruitless. Vietnam and Malaysia have sent planes to the area to investigate. The images were taken on Sunday, a day after the plane disappeared, but were only released yesterday on the website of China's State Administration for Science. China's Civil Aviation Chief Li Zhijiang said, quote, "Chinese satellites have found smoke and floating objects. At present, we cannot confirm this is related to the missing aircraft," unquote. We are now joined by Chalu Kevirakon for more on the developments surrounding the missing Malaysian Airlines plane.
Malaysian authorities have denied a media report that missing Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 continued flying for several hours after it last made contact, and says satellite photos released by the Chinese agency do not show any debris. Malaysian Transport Minister Hizamuddin Hussein used a press conference to debunk earlier reports from the Wall Street Journal, which cited 2 security sources saying that the plane would have flown 4 hours longer than initially thought. Search teams have been scouring a vast area of ocean around the Malaysian peninsula where the plane disappeared en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, with 239 people on board, including 6 Australians. This is Chalu Kevirakon for Newsfirst, reporting from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Meanwhile, American aviation chiefs warned 6 months ago that a kind of Boeing jet similar to the Malaysian Airlines plane that has gone missing was vulnerable to a mid-air breakup. As searchers headed for a possible crash site for flight MH370, it emerged that the US Federation Aviation Authority ordered airlines to fix a potentially fatal flaw in Boeing 777 jets. The FAA reportedly warned the planes could break apart and suffer a drastic loss in cabin pressure because of cracks in the fuselage. In an airworthiness directive dated September 18th last year, airlines were given until the 9th of April this year to detect and correct cracking of corrosion in the fuselage skin beneath the airliner's communications antenna. The FAA said the failure to fix the flaw could put the aircraft at risk of a rapid decompression and loss of structural integrity of the airplane. Experts were speculating last night that a failure to correct the flaw could possibly be behind the plane's disappearance with 239 people on board. Analysts suggested that if the plane had lost pressure, the pilots may have become disoriented and possibly fly off course, leading to the confusion over its whereabouts. India's foreign ministry said yesterday that Malaysia has now asked India for help in tracing the Malaysian jetliner, as the search expanded to cover an area stretching from China to the Andaman Sea. The search for the missing Malaysia Airlines plane has now widened to cover a swath of Southeast Asia, from the South China Sea to India's territorial waters, with authorities no closer to explaining what happened to the plane or the 239 people on board. The spokesperson of India's foreign ministry, Syed Akbaruddin, said help would be provided to Malaysia and to the families of Indian nationals on board the plane. Desperate families of Chinese passengers aboard the missing Malaysia Airlines flight also expressed their anger over lack of information about their loved ones and lack of support from the Chinese government.
Right now, I really want to speak with President Xi. I don't know what could be more important than the lives of more than 200 people. I also want to ask Xi's wife, if that was your President Xi on the plane, how would you feel? How would your parents feel about this right now? And you also have a child, as do we, and we parents are waiting anxiously.
Right now, we are going to collect all legal articles. We are definitely going to sue them. This is really bad. We are not suing the Malaysian Airlines, but the Malaysian government.
It is now clear that authorities are left with more questions and less answers. Newsfirst is on alert.